TBTL.
Hey guys, welcome to another edition of Hey Dummies. My name's Andrew. I'll be your dummy today. I'm talking slowly, especially slowly today, because the last time I recorded one of these videos, I did it outside on a little walk like I'm on right now. And I didn't realize until I listened to the tape later just how heavy my breathing was the whole time. Holy macaroons, did I sound like an out-of-shape oaf. So today, even though I walked really quickly to get here, I'm trying to control my breathing, which is why I'm talking so slowly. You might be able to see also that I'm joining you today on a little walk from a cemetery that's very near my house. It's really big. It's a really, actually quite beautiful big green space. And I had to get out of the house to do today's video because Genevieve's working from home today, and even though I can do my side of a podcast around her, no problem, I hate talking into a camera by myself, knowing that she might be listening. She's never made fun of me. It's my job. People talking to cameras all the time these days. It is the 90s after all. I actually got a great question that I should get to for today's video. Still breathing very slowly, trying not to huff, trying not to puff. But also, I'd like to get at the heart of today's Hey Dummies. Please send us your Hey Dummies questions, anything you'd like us to answer. You can email me, andrew@tbtl.net. Ask us anything. That's what by the way, all I think I'm doing is talking really slowly and heavy breathing. So I'm really just making this worse. I think there's a bench over here. I'm gonna find a bench. That seems to be my big move these days. Walk around, find a bench, catch my breath, and answer a Hey Dummies question. I got a really good one. I'm excited to talk to you about this. Let me get to the bench first though. All right, well, I found my bench. I've also found the rain and the wind. The good news is the rain and the wind should probably keep this conversation between me and you rather private. I'm not too worried about passersby. The bad news is I'm getting wet and cold, so maybe I should get to the point here. I keep telling you I have a good question, so let's get to it. This was sent in to us by listener. Oh my gosh, I cut off their name. I always do this. I'll try to put it in the newsletter or in the description below. Sorry about that, but this wonderful listener wrote in this question. What unconventional place would you like to surreptitiously stay overnight? In trying to answer this question myself, no matter how hard I try, I keep coming back to Trader Joe's. Please give me a better inspiration than that. And I'm sorry, once again, I cut off that listener's name, but this is a great question for me. My favorite book growing up, and I've talked about this a lot on the show, I think, was a book called From the Mixed Up Files of Miss Basil E. Frankweiler, or maybe it was Mrs. Basil E. Frankweiler. And it was about a couple of kids, a sister and a brother, and they run away. It looks like my camera is fogging up. Give me one moment here. There, is that better? It's about a brother and sister who run away from home temporarily and stay inside a museum. I believe it's a history museum, not an art museum. I'm pretty sure it's a history museum, and they collect all of the money from the wishing well that's in the middle of the museum, and I think they use that maybe to do their laundry, and they they sleep in the museum overnight and they have to dodge the security guard. I remember they hide in the bathroom and they put their legs up on the toilet. That's the first time I'd ever heard of that move. They put their legs up on the toilet when the security guard would do his rounds, and that's how they'd avoid getting caught. And I don't remember how long they live in the museum. They end up getting swept up into some sort of a mystery, but boy did I love that book, and boy did I think about what it would be like to surreptitiously stay in a museum for several nights without anybody knowing. So that would be maybe my one go-to answer. I also hope you can still hear me with all this wind going on. If it's not me and my heavy breathing, it's the heavy breathing of the sky, isn't it? We'll cut that out in post. Anyway, a museum would be pretty high up there for me, I think, because of that book and its imprint on me as a young person. You guys also know that I love going to see the Mariners play baseball games here in Seattle when they're in town and in season. That's probably like a public place that I know best outside of my own home, which I guess is not a public place. And so I could imagine myself maybe having one night alone, secretly staying in the Mariners ballpark, which is currently called T-Mobile Stadium. That would be pretty fun, especially if I could get, like, you know, access to various snacks and beverages. That could be really fun. I always wonder, where would I sleep, though? You know, it's so big. It's hard to imagine spending the night there, but maybe you find a good little corner somewhere, or maybe you just sleep right there on first base. One other idea would maybe be a library. That's kind of close to a museum, but libraries are obviously very cozy feeling, very intimate, and I could see, you know, everybody goes away for the day and then you have the place to yourself, and you can hang out in the children's section as much as you want and nobody's going to kick you out of there like they did to me in the Queen Anne Library one time. So I can imagine that. But the only thing about sneaking around in a library, though, is it'll make me have to go to the bathroom so bad. I don't know if you guys have that phenomenon as well, but the idea of like being in a library sneaking around, I'm telling you, that is the best laxative you could possibly give me. Not that we're ranking laxatives today, but I'm telling you, save your X-Lax. Just put me in a library, turn off the lights, tell me to go hide somewhere, and I will have to go to the bathroom so bad, so quickly. All right, that's it. I think I'm going to leave it there for today. I'm going to get up off this bench and maybe start making my way home, because it is pretty chilly out here, and I don't want you to see my nose running. But I hope you enjoyed this little stroll and sit through the local cemetery. I thought it was kind of season appropriate to do this. By the way, somebody's burning a fire somewhere. It smells like a perfect fall day out here right now. Where would you guys choose to spend a surreptitious night if you could? You can email me, and please email me your questions for future Hey Dummies videos, andrew@tbtl.net. How was my breathing? Hopefully not too bad. We'll talk to you guys on Monday.